So Marvelous Minds and the Viral Way podcast had an intense conversation about race and comments made on the Hoodstocks podcast. Let's get to this video, and thank you to everyone who has been watching and subscribed to my channel.
Culture, none. But we see Hispanics doing black culture, but shitting on us as a people, though.
And then another thing is we can't let
that
y'all
doesn't even make
redirect
sense.
what is hip hop.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
We can't let y'all redirect what is hip hop. Hip hop.
Look at bro. Look at
hip hop.
Ain't nobody redirecting what is hip hop, but you're not gonna say that's yours and be a gatekeeper.
Hold on. You're the outsider, bro. Hip hop deals with 5 elements, bro. Simple as that. It's 5 elements to hip hop.
Let's hear this.
It doesn't deal with poetry. And the thing is, they was all independently created by the black people in America. You guys came along later, and we allowed you guys to be participants in it. Bro, what are you talking about?
False.
No, bro, it's MCing, it's DJ, it was breakdancing, it was graffiti, and it was knowledge of self.
You know what? Let me explain something. Let me explain something. Okay, go ahead.
It wasn't about captivity. We started a culture in the inner city, the Bronx, New York, to be exact. Yeah, there was some people of like Jamaican descent, but they had Black American influence because that's where they were raised.
The Jamaicans even copied the Black Americans, like
started telling our stories. We started telling our stories via rap. It caught fire. It went worldwide. Every culture is now a part of it, but don't get it misconstrued. That is still Black culture that they're a part of. We can't change the history.
Look at let me explain something, because you just said what I said right now. They were telling the story, right? Through dance, music, and song, right?
Yeah, but it was the Black American experience. This wasn't.
What is black? Is Puerto Rican black? Is Colombian black? Is Cubano black?
They have black in their history.
Listen, y'all was telling y'all.
Man, you're so caught up on the word black. That's what keeps you. That's what keeps you in your little box. You're so caught up on that word.
Keep it G. I'm not caught up on the word. What I'm caught up on is anything that we create. No one wants to give us the utmost credit for it. It's like, yeah, y'all.
Let me
tell you
something though. This is what you're not understanding, bro.
Anything that y'all create, we give y'all the credit. Like
Viral, check it out. Check it out, Viral. Check it out. Let me say this one thing, because I gotta start my show. But let me say one thing, bro. Let me say one thing. This isn't something that you started. This is both of our stories of captivity that we're expressing through music and dance. So you can't go claim the fame as a single segment group, bro. You can't do that.
It's not both of our stories.
Bro,
this is something we
not in
created.
Captivity, bro.
You need to study, bro. You need to study history.
Bro, you can't tell me to study my history.
What
do you mean study your history? I actually teach your history. What are you talking about?
That's cool, but you can't tell me about my history more than me. The fact that you're saying
tell us about your Asian history. Why you don't talk about your Asian history that you got?
And what do you're coming out with some nonsense, homie. Where did you get Asian from? Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from?
Bro, he don't know nothing about his lineage, bro. He don't know nothing about the lineage talk, bro.
No, you don't know anything about their lineage talk, homie. You should watch my show, homie. You should watch my podcast so you can learn something about your culture. Because what you're dealing with right now, what you're dealing with right now is a trend, homie. You're stuck in a trend, in a gang mentality, homie. This has nothing to do with gangs. This has nothing to do with gangs, homie.
Make that shit make sense. I'm gonna learn something about a black culture from Hispanic. Make that make sense, bro. Make that shit make sense.
I'll make a whole lot of sense with it.
Come on, bro. That shit don't even sound
correct. Right now, and you're emotional. That's what it is. You're emotional, and you don't know how to deal with it.
Tell a black man about
you don't know how to deal with it.
Ain't nobody non-black tell a black man about black culture, and you non-black. It don't work.
So you're black. So you're black.
Work like that.
Are you black? Are you black?
Hold on. I don't want to mute y'all. Look, the fact that you just asked this man, what does Asia have to do with Mexican culture? That let me know you ain't studied enough.
So
how can you tell us about our culture?
You guys are just piggybacking off of it. Asian has nothing to do with our culture. The Barren Straits got nothing to do with our culture.
Go look at where y'all mind.
Hold on, you talking about the Barren? Hold on, you talking about the Baron Strait
and talking about man, you guys are mixed up, man. You guys are mixed up.
Ancestors of
we talking about the Pacific slave trade from Asians being enslaved in colonial Mexico. Do you not know about the Treaty of Condado?
Listen. What do you talk? Of course I do. Of course I do. I talk about it on my show. Maybe you don't know who I am, but I talk about all that on my show.
Well, I don't
what
know
this has to deal with. What this has to deal with is a Russian dude disrespecting you guys and using the words from a movie. A movie that was put out. That's what it has to deal with. You deal with that person as a man. You deal with that person as a man, not a whole neighborhood, homie. You don't want that war. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What war, bro?
I'm saying because you're calling out all the Southsiders, homie. You're disrespecting the whole car. Don't do that.
What war, bro? We're not the only blacks in the world, bro.
I'm not saying that. But you don't want to do that, bro. You don't want to do that.
Tell me what
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You can't tell me what I want to do. I want to do exactly what I'm doing and speaking up for my people. The same way y'all speak up for
y'all. Then speak up for your people. Then teach them then.
So
then teach them. Because I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
A fucking movie link. It was a movie reference. Where in that conversation did he reference the movie?
What did he say?
You know what he said. You
okay? Where did he get that line from?
I can't tell you because he never referenced the movie in that convo.
He doesn't have to reference the movie, but he heard it from somewhere, right?
I don't give a fuck where he heard it from.
The bottom line. Listen, viral.
Racist. Listen, I heard a lot of derogatory racist words.
I did too.
Towards the Mexican community in movies. That don't mean I'm gonna get on my podcast and say them and say, well, I heard that in a fucking movie.
Okay, then address that man in his podcast, not a neighborhood. Not a neighborhood.
No, I'm addressing that whole culture because that whole culture is trying to get involved in our culture while saying we don't fuck with your culture. So why are you trying to be a part of us?
So then you're the racist then. You're the one saying that you don't fuck with our culture, right? That's what you just said.
What? Tell me where
Didn't you just say that?
Tell me where I said that.
Right now, you just said, repeat what you said.
I said
that you don't fuck with our culture.
That whole South Side thing where she said I can't date a black because it's against the rules. That culture wants to rap. That culture gets on our podcast. That culture gets cosigns from our rappers to make money and be a part of our culture. And we welcome y'all with open arms. But
who's we? Who's we?
Who we? Anybody?
Who's we, homie? You're not the one making a deal. You're not the one signing. You're not a producer. Who are you?
I don't give a fuck. If you black, I'm black. So it's a part of my
You're not even black. So what are you talking about? Why don't you learn the definition of the word that you're using? Fool, you're brown.
I know the word. I already said it earlier in the show. Yeah, it means dead and not a human and all that.
Okay, look it. That's all I'm gonna say, homie. Don't drag gang shit into it. If she said that statement, then that's what she said. And if that Russian dude said that statement, then hold that man accountable, fool. Don't bring gang shit or politics into it. That's all I'm gonna say, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what you do.
You're gonna get a lot of youngsters hurt that watch you, bro. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, because people are gonna try to make a point out of your emotions. That's why.
Ain't that what I just said? Yeah, look, he running now. Exactly. This why you can't have a conversation with them. The true feelings come out every single time.